going on, guys? I'm Tim, that's Dad. This is Emma's Videos. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that sub button. But anyways, we got a Corolla. This isn't new. We've had it for a while.
20 years.
But this is the first step, the first day of the rebuild series that we are going to be doing on the 85 Toyota Corolla Coupe. It's not a hatch.
GTS.
It's the GTS, but it doesn't have an engine in it, so it doesn't really matter.
This car's gone all over the place. It's had a lot of different engines. It's had everything up to a Formula Atlantic engine. It's been parked outside, and the weather. This car was garage kept up until about 10 years ago, and when I moved to California, so it was 2000. I think I brought the car down in like 2011.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. So I guess that was 13 years ago, and it was garage kept up until 2014, and then I moved it to Stunt Lab because I was going to rebuild it there, and that didn't happen, and it sat outside. Then it got damaged, and then a guy offered to buy my engine from Australia, so I pulled the engine out of the car, took it up to Loinings in Portland, had him go through it, rebuild it, make sure it was good before I send it off on a boat. And the car has sat ever since in a storage unit, just collecting dust. So it's faded. The wind damaged the carbon fiber hood that's never even had a mile on it. I have all of the suspension components to change everything in the car. I've got a 478 ring and pinion. It's got Megan suspension on it. It's got welded diff, a bunch of other stuff already done to it. The whole chassis has been stitch welded. I pulled everything out of the car and welded the whole chassis together. You had a roll cage in before. It was an auto power bolt-in cage that I took out and sold to a buddy. And now there's no cage. I was going to have a whole cage fabricated, but the Infinity didn't get done with the cage, so I'm just going to probably buy another auto power. At least it'll protect it if I roll it or if I autocross it, something like that. It needs a lot of work.
But so, this is the first step, you know. We cleaned it off over the course of
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I sprayed it down every day, and then it was every other day, just letting the bugs kind of get out. And then I bought a bunch of bug spray and got up in all the, like, everywhere. And
wheel wells, interior, all of it, because there's nothing inside the car.
And then bugs started dropping, spiders, and let it sit for 2 more days after that, just to make sure everything was out, and then sprayed it down again, and then put it in the garage. So I got 4 jack stands coming because I only have 2 here. I don't know what happened to some of mine through the years. So 4 new jack stands coming. We'll put it up in the air and start replacing parts and getting it ready to go. Have not decided on an engine yet. Right now I'm thinking beams or do a K-series swap. I really want to do an F20B, the S2000 swap. It's just, I'm buying a house right now and I don't know if I can justify for spending $6,000 on a motor swap. So
yeah, leave your suggestions in the comment
or donations. No, I'm just kidding.
Either one, yeah. Sub to the channel, become a member. But yeah, leave your suggestions on what we should put in the Corolla. We'll take in considerations, but we kind of have it down to either a 4AGE, like you said, a beams. The Acura that I just got has a K24. Now we're thinking about putting a K24 into it. So
JSP makes the mount kits for pretty much all of these engines, and I could just buy a mount kit and then drop the motor in the car. I could get a harness from Rywire that would plug and play and cut a lot of the work out of it. And then
it's back to sliding around.
Yeah,
it needs a lot of body work.
Yeah, the body's rough.
Needs a fresh coat of paint.
Yep. It's
but
faded.
This is all stuff to be done after the mechanics are done,
Yep.
So
because once this one's up and running, I'm just gonna drive it and have fun with it, and that way it's moving. I made a deal with my wife that I had to get both cars done in a reasonable amount of time
in order to keep them.
Because she doesn't want our house looking like a wrecking yard. I understand where she's coming from, which is why the Mazda is no longer with us. I hope that dude in Colorado is having a good time with it. because 3 cars, the Mazda needed more work than all of them combined. So yeah, it went bye-bye, and there was a video on that. Click the little button. And yeah, this one, realistically, in a weekend, if we had all the parts, we could get this car running and driving.
Here comes to me.
And then I'm going to focus on getting the Infinity done, which that's another one. I was fully set on doing a 2J in it, but 2Js are freaking expensive, and I could do a 1J for half the price, half the power.
Or an LS.
Or an LS.
Even less.
Because LSs are inexpensive, and Sicky makes a freaking bolt-in kit for it. Done deal. Just put a Holly computer on it for about $5,000. Got LS powered G35 that's already slide ready, and that'll just be an exhibition car. Have fun. Take the kids to school, show off a little bit, make them the cool kids in school. Not just playing.
All right, guys.
So
That's the Corolla. This is part 1 of who knows how many on the Corolla rebuild series. Stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit the sub. That's most important, because if you guys want to see this thing being built, you gotta keep coming back. So
yeah, and don't mind the haircut. I just got it done this afternoon because I got a couple interviews this week, so I had everything trimmed up.
You look like you just
I think
came
you
out
look
of the
quite
military.
nice. But yeah, I'm Tim. That's Dad. Tania's in the back. This is MS Videos. What do we always say?
We out.
We out.
We out.